Assalamu alaikum, my dear students of class 6. Due to some technical problems, we are come back again in this live class. Here appearing before you, this is Mohammad Maunur Rahman, Assistant Teacher English, Madhupur Saraswati Higher Secondary School, and you are most welcome in this live class brought to you by Madhupur Saraswati Online School. My dear students and my dear little soldiers of class 6, the topic that I am going to discuss in this live class is all about sentence. So dear learners, do you have any idea about sentence? Okay, let me discuss it. A sentence is a combination of words arranged in such an order that it expresses a complete sense or meaning. I repeat for your clear understanding, a sentence is a combination of words arranged in such an order that it expresses a complete sense of meaning. So by analyzing this definition, we can find out three important characteristics of sentence. Let me show you. Please look at the board and get ready with your pen and paper so that you can easily pick up my idea. Okay, development. The first one is combination of sentence. Combination of sentence. Actually, combination of words. Combination of words. Number two is correct order. Correct order. And the last one is completeness of sense. Completeness of sense. My dear students, I have written here three characteristics of a sentence. The first one is combination of words. To make a sentence, you must take some words. Without words, it can be a sentence, it actually is nothing. And the words should be placed in correct order. The words should be placed in correct order. And again, these words or the sentence must be fulfilled a complete meaning or thought. That is completeness of sense. The idea should be a sensible one. It should be a clear. It should be crystal clear idea. It should give us a crystal clear idea. So the first one is combination of words. The second one is correct order, and the last one is completeness of sense. In combination of words, there are some words maybe like subject. It should be a subject. It must have a subject and a finite verb in combination of words. And again, the words should be found in correct order. I think an example can make you more understand. Please follow the board. He goes to school regularly. Again, school goes he regularly to school. My dear students, please look at the board. I have written here two examples. The first one is a correct sentence because it has some words, it has a subject and a finite verb, and it expresses a complete meaning. That's why it's a correct sentence. But look at the second sentence, my dear students. Though in this sentence we can find out the similar words. The similar words we have in first sentence and again in this second sentence. But does it make a place in correct order? No, it doesn't place in correct order. That's why it can't be a sentence. It's a wrong sentence. I think you can understand. Now I am going to discuss about parts of sentence. My dear students, there are two parts of sentence. That is parts of sentence. Parts of sentence. Two parts of sentence. Number one is subject and number two is predicate. So, what is subject? Subject is a person or thing. A person or thing we are talking about. A person or thing we are talking about is called a subject. And what It's predicate. And which tells something about subject is called a predicate. The words or group of words which tells or express something about the subject, is called predicate. Let me show you an example. Rana is a good student. My dear little soldiers, please look at the board. Here I have written a sentence that is Rana is a good student. Rana is a good student. So the sentence is talking about Rana, and that's why it is subject. And this portion of sentence and the latter portion or the rest portion of sentence is expressing or tells about something Rana. It tells about something Rana. That's why it's a predicate. At first you have to find out subject, and latter portion of sentence will be a predicate. So I think it also clear to you. Now I am going to discuss about the most important, which makes you confusion in many times. That is, what is object and complement? The difference between object and complement. So please keep patience and try to understand, my dear students. Object and complement. Object and complement.
Next.
Okay, my dear students, what is object? Object is a word or group of words, a word or it be a group of words which receives actions, and on the other hand, complements doesn't receive any action. It just complete the meaning of sentence. That is complement. And object is which receives some action. Let me clear you by showing you an example. Here, I like tea. I like tea. She eats a mango. Here, I is a subject, like is a verb, and tea is an object. How can we identify or trace out an object from the sentence? Actually, I think a technique may help you to identify this. The technique is you have to ask the verb. By using WH questions, what or whom. WH questions, what or whom. And the answer will be a object. And again, here he eats. What does she eat? She eats a mango. In this first sentence, what do I like? I like tea. The answer is tea. If we ask questions by using what or whom to the verb, the answer will be a object. So I think you can understand what is object. Now, types of object, we can find out two types of object. The first one is direct object, and the last one is indirect object. You may also pronounce direct or indirect, as the British pronounce like this, and the American says direct, and you can also use direct or direct. My dear students, so what is direct object? Direct object is such kind of object which comes directly. That means if you ask a question by using what or whom, the answer will be a direct object. But it may be a thing. Most of the time it will be or it may be a thing. But indirect object is person related. For example, I am going to show you an example for your better understanding, my dear little soldiers. Please look at the board. I give my brother a pen. I give my brother a pen. Here subject I, give is verb, and we can find out here two objects. Number one is my brother, and the number two is a pen. A pen. Here is pen is a thing related thing, a thing. And if I ask this verb by using verb, what I give my brother? A pen. The answer is a pen, and that's why it is a direct object. And indirect object. What is indirect object? Actually, indirect objects take something from the direct object. Indirect objects actually take something from the direct object. And this pen, who takes this pen? Who is the luckiest person in this sentence? My brother is the luckiest person. That's why my brother, I give a pen, and my brother takes this pen. And the direct object taken by my brother. That's why it's an indirect object. I think you can understand now. Time to focus on complement. The students, what is complement? Do you have any idea about complement? Okay. Complement is such a thing which completes the meaning, of a sentence, Actually, there are two types of complement. At first, I would like to show you an example. She is a singer. She is a singer. Here we can find out she is a subject, is verb, and a singer is, what is a singer? A singer is, if we find out a complement from the sentence, at first you have to focus on this subject. If these words indicates one another, it will be a complement. And actually there are two types of complement: subjective complement and another is objective complement. The subjective complement is like this. This complement relates, indicates the subject. Here it is a subjective complement, and the objective complement is she elected my sister captain. She elected my sister captain. Here she is subject, elected is verb, and my sister is object. And again captain. What is captain? Here captain is a complement here. And who is captain? My sister is captain, not she captain. Okay. Here captain, who is captain? My sister captain, and my sister is an object here. My sister is an object. That's why it can be called as an objective complement. Objective complement. I think you can understand the topic. So I have a suggestion. You have to practice more and more at your home through this, which is provided, with the lesson which is provided by our honorable teachers through this online class for your better understanding. So keep learning and stay home and stay safe. Assalamu alaikum.